connected by Megan Bean, out to right center field, and it's down. 1 run will score. Here's the pitch. That one connected high and deep. No doubt about it, that one's out of here. Hit hard, hit deep. This game is over! A 3-run walk-off home run for Jesse Rowland, and the Nighthawks win! The Nighthawks win! It's a beautiful day for softball deep in the heart of Arkansas, live from Hot Springs World-Class High School in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is National Park Nighthawks softball on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Good afternoon, Nighthawk Nation. I'm Mark Oliver, hot off of a 2-game winning streak. The 6-4 Nighthawks enter NJCAA Region 2 Division II Conference play with a home doubleheader against the Lady Vikings of Carl Albert State College. Making the drive from Podo, Oklahoma, National Park College enters today's game with a team batting average of .322 and a slugging percentage of .528, scoring 74 runs, including 11 round trippers, which ranks in the top 10 in the nation. The Speedy Nighthawks also have snagged 32 stolen bases this year, which ranks 7th best in the country. On the hill today for the Nighthawks will be Brooke Nally in her 8th appearance this season. The Nighthawk boasts a 3-2 record with 14 strikeouts and a .441 ERA. Today, she'll go to battle against Alicia Stillwell of the Lady Vikings. It's the Nighthawks and the Lady Vikings. First pitch coming your way next here on XZeroSports.com. Live from Hot Springs World-Class High School, I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports, joining you just underway. A 1-0 count against Carl Albert State College leadoff hitter Jada Harris, who smacks it down right down the third base line and making the play over to first base. Madeline Thompson for NPC, 1 away as we begin today's action here in the top of the first inning. On the mound today for the Nighthawks, Brooke Nally, as we'll have a discussion here with Coach Jesse Taylor, and it appears that the play was made off of the first base bag, which will result in the leadoff runner being safe in Jada Harris. Coach Taylor still looking for an explanation. Looked like there was a mismatch between the home plate umpire and the first base umpire here, but it's going to result in Harris being the lead runner here for Carl Albert State College. So that'll bring up the number 2 hitter for the Lady Vikings today. That's the center fielder, number 23, Unique Robinson. And after another lengthy discussion here, it looks like we're going to have Harris come back to the plate to reset. That one gets away. from the catcher, Bailey Williams. We'll reset here. So it'll be a 3-0 count on Jada Harris. A little confusion to start today's ball game. Here's the next pitch from Nally. That one is going to be taken for strike one. 3-1 the count on the leadoff hitter, Jada Harris, the right fielder. Nally looking to record the first out of the inning. Here's the pitch. That one cranked high and foul, out of play. A souvenir for the Nighthawk baseball team, who's also playing right behind us here in a packed Nighthawk athletic day here in Hot Springs. Nighthawk softball looking for their first conference win this season. The Lady Vikings have 2 already. Here's the 3-2. That one is connected. It also sails foul, out of play. So Harris continues to battle early against Brooke Nally. Here's the 3-2. Called strike 3. Nally right on the money. That's the first out of the inning. A strikeout looking on Jada Harris. So there's one away here in the top of the first, and the NPC dugout very vocal and loud on that one as Nally wins her first battle of the day. It brings up Unique Robinson, the center fielder for Carl Albert State. Here's the first pitch, and it's going to sail in for strike one. That's strikeout number 15 for Brooke Nally this season. Coach Jessie Taylor's got a lot of confidence in her pitcher, as that one's going to come in just off the mark. It'll be a 1-1. Count is even on Robinson, 1 away here in the top of the first. A Nighthawk and Lady Viking doubleheader here in Hot Springs. Next pitch, that one connected down the third baseline, scooped up and thrown over to make the play. Another good scoop there by Madeline Thompson, 2 away. Up next for the Lady Vikings, the left fielder, number 11, Redding Wagner. First pitch from Nally, a little bit low, ball 1. Nally takes her time, gets the sign she wants from her catcher, Bailey Williams. Count is 2-0. 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Corner infield, ready to press here. Here comes the 2-0. And it'll be 3-0, the count on Wagner. The 3-0 delivery. A called strike, catching the corner high in the zone. And Wagner will have to stay in the batter's box a little bit longer here. It's 3-1. The windup and the delivery from Nally, connected. Charging at it from second, the throw to first, not in time. Wagner's headed for second. And she'll stand up in scoring position on a throwing error by the Nighthawks. That'll bring up the next Lady Vikings batter today. It's the catcher, number 50, Kenley Duvall. Duvall awaits the first pitch from Nally here. Takes it for strike 1. Runner on second is Wagner. Duvall at the plate. Here's the 0-1. High. just missing the zone. Count evens up. One and one to count. Nally's delivery swung through for strike two. Two away here in the top of the first inning. Duvall fouls that one back to the screen. Nally looking to get out of the inning for the Nighthawks unscathed. Count is 1-2. Duvall at the ready at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one connected. Headed out to right field. Sailing under it and making the play. Kaylee Party and the Nighthawks get out of the inning. No runs scored for the Lady Vikings, who go to the bottom of the first. It's Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Today's National Park Nighthawks doubleheader brought to you by Allen Tillery Auto Group in Hot Springs, Allen Tillery Chevy Buick GMC, supporting Nighthawks softball this season. Also by Tillery's Towing. First Security Bank is a proud sponsor of Nighthawk Athletics in 2021. And watching today's game, CHI St. Vincent rounding out the list of sponsors, helping us out, supporting Nighthawks softball this year. Top of the lineup coming up for National Park softball. Here in the bottom of the first inning, that's Kaya Schmidt, Madeline Thompson, and Emily Cecil, the 1-2-3 punch for the Nighthawks here today. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the live stream this afternoon. It's our first Nighthawk softball broadcast of the year, and we're glad that you're here. Let us know where you're watching from, whether you're a Nighthawk fan or a Lady Viking fan, maybe just a softball fan in general. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're excited to see. Would love to give you a shout out on the broadcast today. Leading off for National Park College, the center fielder, number 1, Kaya Schmidt. She'll face off against Alicia Stillwell of Carl Albert State College. First pitch, Schmidt knocks that one down the left field line, and it is caught out in the left field corner for out number 1. So one pitch, one away here in the bottom of the first inning. Next up for the Nighthawks, third baseman Madeline Thompson. Here's the pitch. Thompson's going to take it for strike one. Thompson getting some cheers from the Nighthawk dugout here. Next pitch, that one's connected high, and it's going to sail out of play. Foul. Count falls to 0-2 for Madeline Thompson. Here's the 0-2. Off the mark for ball one. Michael Wagner's watching the broadcast today from Huntington, Arkansas. Thanks for joining us today. Here's the 1-2. That one connected. It's going to get down into right center field. Headed back to the warning track. And Thompson will be on with a one-out single here in the first inning. First Nighthawk hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Emily Cecil. The shortstop, who wears number 44, steps in, ready to face off against Alicia Stillwell. Runner on first is Thompson. First pitch, taken for strike one. 0-1 the count on Emily Cecil. She connects on that one, and it's going to be reeled in out in right field. An amazing grab by Jada Harris. She jumped, made the catch. There's 2 away here in the first. Nighthawks have been able to get some connections here with Schmidt flying out to left, Cecil out to right. Here's Madeline Bruce. Second baseman checks in, fouls the first pitch she sees back to the screen. 2 away, 1 on. Madeline Thompson's over on first. Madeline Bruce is at the plate. Oh, and 1 the count. The pitch from Stillwell, cranked down the third baseline, scooped up, throw over to first is in time, and the side is retired. Down go the Nighthawks in the first inning. We're headed to the second. No score between the Lady Vikings and the National Park College Nighthawks. This is Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Top of the second inning coming up for the Lady Vikings of Carl Albert State College. I'm Mark Oliver. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the broadcast today. No score between the Lady Vikings and the National Park Nighthawks. Due up for Carl Albert State here in the second inning. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Leading off will be the designated player, number 13, Macy Anderson. She'll be joined by the pitcher, Alicia Stillwell, and the third baseman, Sydney Womack. As Brooke Nally finishes her warm-ups with Bailey Williams, we're ready for softball. Macy Anderson will step in, ready to go, trying to see if the girls in black will light up the scoreboard first today. Nally in the first inning had a strikeout, allowed 1 base runner. Here's the first pitch. That one's going to be low on Anderson. 1-0. Here's the pitch from Nally. It's going to hit Macy Anderson. She's headed down the first base. Second Lady Viking base runner today. As Anderson stands on first, and that will bring up the pitcher, Alicia Stillwell. Stillwell, a sophomore from Keys, Oklahoma. First pitch she sees will be inside for ball 1. One and 0 the count. Here's the pitch from Nally. A little bit high, but it catches the zone. Strike 1. Count even up. Here in the top of the second. No outs, 1 on. Anderson, the runner on first. The 1-1 from Nally. That one swung and connected foul down the third baseline. One and 2 the count on Stillwell. Nally winds and fires. That one connected right back up the middle. And that'll be the second Lady Viking to reach base here in the second inning. Anderson moves to second. Stillwell stands on first. That'll bring up the third hitter of the inning, the third baseman, number 18, Sydney Womack. The freshman shortstop from Poto, Oklahoma, checks in. Playing third base today, 1-0 the count on Womack. 2 on, no outs. Here's the pitch. That one connected. It's going to go into right field. And here comes a long throw. They're going to hold the runner at third. The bases are loaded. After a hit by pitch to start the inning, it's back-to-back singles for the Lady Vikings. And now the bases are loaded with no outs. That brings up first baseman Jordan Carroll. An opportunity to get the Lady Vikings on top here in the second inning. Nally gets her sign from Williams. Here's the first pitch. That one's connected, driven, deep, foul, out of play. Owen won the count. On third is Anderson. Stillwell's on second, Womack on first. The 0-1, it's going to hit the batter. And that's going to bring in the first Lady Viking of today, Macy Anderson. Coach Jesse Taylor out to the mound. Wanted to talk things over with her pitcher here. It's a 1-0 ball game after a bases loaded hit by pitch. So it'll be Stillwell on third, Womack on second, and Carroll on first base for Carl Albert State College. Pep talk over. With the bases loaded, Ashley Johnson will step up for the Lady Vikings. The shortstop wears number 4 for Carl Albert State. No outs here in the second inning, bases loaded. First pitch from Nally, high. It's going to go back to the backstop. All the runners will hold. So 1-0 the count on Ashley Johnson. Nally gets the sign from her catcher, Bailey Williams. One and 0 the count on Johnson. Here's the pitch. That one swung through for a strike. Couple of hit by pitches, couple of singles in this one. The Lady Vikings strike first, 1-0. Here in the top of the second, no outs, bases loaded. Ashley Johnson battling a 1-1 count. The next pitch from Nally. That one is high and foul, out of play. Johnson down in the count, 1-2. Nally at the ready. Here's the delivery. The 1-2 misses the mark. We're even at 2. Two on its way. Swung through. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Brooke Nally. And she needed that one. That's the first out of the inning. Leaves the bases loaded as we head back to the top of the order with Jada Harris. Harris struck out her first time up back in the first inning. 1 out, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. That one connected. Foul down the third base line. Ball gets back into play. And now they will reset. Alicia Stillwell, the runner at third. Sydney Womack at second. Jordan Carroll at first for the Lady Vikings. Jada Harris steps back in, the right fielder, looking to add to the damage here in the second. Count is 0-1. Here's the pitch. Low for ball one, nearly hit her. With one away, the count is 1-1 on Harris. Nally fires. That one's popped up. Will it stay in play? Williams can't make the play. It's a foul ball. So Harris is down in the count 1-2. As she steps back in against Brooke Nally. Here's the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Nally looking for her third strikeout of the day. Count is 1-2 on Jada Harris. Here's the pitch. Connected. Foul. Out of play. A souvenir for a young fan here at the ballpark today. The 1-2 from Nally. Fouled yet again. Harris continues to battle at the plate. Nally looking to punch out the right fielder for the second time today. The pitch, and it's popped up. Another foul out of play. National Park Nighthawk Athletic Director Jason Hudnall working hard to track all these balls down. Getting a good workout out there with NPC President Dr. Hogan. As we resume play, it's still 1-2. The pitch, that one connected. It's high out into left field, and sailing under it, making the play is Allison Cowart. One run will score on a sacrifice fly. It's a 2-0 Lady Viking lead with 2 away here in the second. Next up is Unique Robinson. She grounded out to third back in the first inning. And she'll face off against Nally. 2 out, 2 on. First pitch, outside the zone, ball one. Womack on second, Carroll on first for Carl Albert State. The 1-0, cranked foul. And Nally's done a good job so far of frustrating the Lady Viking batters. If they're going to get a hit, they're going to work for it. Crystal Rourke is watching from Bella Vista today. Thank you, Crystal, for tuning in. She's cheering on Abigail Cooley for Nighthawk Nation. Here's the 1-1. Outside, and both runners are going to get safely to their next position. As Womack moves to third, Carroll heads to second. Count is 2-1 on Unique Robinson. Nally gets her sign from Williams. The 2-1 on its way. It's low, and it's going to hit Robinson in the foot. So no runs score. It's a hit by pitch. And it is Nally's third hit batter of the inning. So the bases are loaded again. Robinson at first, Carroll at second, Womack at third. 2 outs here in the second. Here's Redding Wagner. Here's the pitch. It sails in for a strike. Wagner reached on an error back in the first inning. Was the lone Lady Viking to touch the base paths back then. Feels like a new ball game for the girls in black. Owen won the count, 2 away. With the bases loaded, here's the pitch. It's high. Coach Jesse Taylor calls time. And we'll resume the game. So Wagner steps back in with a 1-1 count, 2 away. The 1-1. Just off the mark for ball 2. Nally takes her time. The 2-1 in the dirt for ball 3. Three and 1 the count on Redding Wagner. The pitch cranked foul down the third base line. It's a full count. Here in the top of the second inning, a full count, bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch from Nally, hit high and will sail out of play, foul. So we'll resume play here. Full count, bases loaded, 2 away. For Redding Wagner of the Lady Vikings. Nally, the pitch, it's low, it's ball 4. So another run will score. Sydney Womack comes in. And it's 3-0. Meeting at the mound here to try to calm Brooke Nally down. The 9th Lady Viking she'll face this inning is the catcher, Kenley Duvall. Duvall was the 3rd out back in the first inning, and Nally's going to look to try to repeat history here. With 2 away and the bases loaded. First pitch strike. Count is 0-1. Next pitch, that one is connected, and that one is going to sail foul. down in the left field corner. Hustling over there just in case was Cowart for NPC. So Duvall quickly down in the count, 0-2. Nally desperately trying to get out of this inning. Here's the 0-2. Swung through for strike 3. Her third strikeout of the game couldn't have come at a better time. That will send the Nighthawks to the plate. In the bottom of the second, trailing 3-0. It's National Park Nighthawks baseball or softball on XZeroSports.com. Three 0 Lady Vikings as we head to the bottom of the second inning here in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver, one of our favorite Nighthawk pictures we've seen this season. Kaya Schmidt and Madeline Thompson celebrating a Nighthawk run. Props to our staff photographer, Aaron Brewer. He does a fantastic job with Nighthawk athletics this season. Looking for some more moments just like this in today's game. Here in the bottom of the second inning, the Nighthawks trail by 3, and they're going to look to try to right the ship here behind the 5, 6, and 7 hitters today. Jesse Rowland, Brooke Nally, and Bailey Williams. Back on the mound is Alicia Stillwell for the Lady Vikings, looking to protect an early lead in this one. Here comes the first baseman, Jesse Rowland. The sophomore utility player steps in. First pitch she sees, she'll take it for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Rowland watches it for a ball. Count is even at 1-1. The windup from Stillwell is fouled back to the screen. Rowland down in the count, 1-2. Rowland steps back into the batter's box. Count is 1-2. No outs here in the bottom of the second inning here in Hot Springs. The pitch, and that one connected. Foul. Tamika Patton's watching the broadcast this afternoon. She's cheering on the Lady Vikings. Glad to have you with us today, Tamika. 3-0 lead for Carl Albert State here early. Jesse Rowland at the plate. 1-2 the count with no outs. She'll connect. That one's going to get down into right center field. It heads all the way to the wall. Rowland digs in, heads for second. She slides in safely. So a good way to start the inning. A sliding double for Jesse Rowland. So the Nighthawks have their first runner in scoring position today, and that's good news for the pitcher, Brooke Nally, who steps in. No outs here in the second. The first pitch from Stillwell is off the mark. The 1-0 is going to be down in the dirt. Count moves to 2-0 on Nally. Stillwell digs in, gets the sign from Duvall. Catches the corner for strike one. Count is 2-1 on Brooke Nally. The runner at second, Jesse Rowland. No outs in the bottom of the second frame. That one's high. Count is 3-1. The Nighthawks looking to battle back after allowing 3 runs in the top frame of the second. The 3-1 from Stillwell. Ball 4. And the first 2 Nighthawks of the inning are on. And that'll bring up Bailey Williams. The potential tying run for the Nighthawks. And Williams making some news this week. Congratulations on being the Player of the Week, retroactive back to February 1st through 7th. Batting .429 that week with 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 4 runs scored. As she fouls that one back there. Bailey Williams, our first NPC Softball Region 2 Division II Player of the Week. Congratulations, Bailey. 0-1 the count on Williams. She'll take for strike 2. As Williams looks to make some magic happen here, down 3. Here's the 0-2. Popped up, shallow infield, and they'll lose it in the sun. The play over to third will get Jesse Rowland. Batters weren't expecting that. I believe it's going to be no infield fly rule here. It's just going to be runners on first and second with 2 away. So Williams is going to reach. It'll be marked as an error, it appears, on the pitcher. So Rowland is out. And they will do infield fly for Williams, who's out number 2. So there are 2 away. Nally's at second. And that takes out 2 Nighthawk runners there. Desiree Soto's at the plate with 2 away, a 1-0 count on the designated player. Looking to bring in Nally. Takes a pitch on the inside, strike 1. One and 1 the count on Soto. The pitch swung high for strike 2. One and 2 the count on Soto with 2 away. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 2. The 2-2. Catches on the corner for strike 3. Soto goes down looking, and down go the Nighthawks here in the inning. Headed to the top of the third inning, Nighthawks trail 3-0. This is National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Nothing. Lady Vikings headed to the top of the third inning here in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. I'd like to thank you for tuning into the broadcast today on XZero Sports, your official home of Nighthawk athletics this season. Scott and Kendra McLemore watching today, cheering on the Lady Vikings. Glad to have you with us. Due up for Carl Albert State here in the third inning. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Macy Anderson, Alicia Stillwell, and Sydney Womack. Macy Anderson started everything off in that big second inning for the Lady Vikings. She was hit by a pitch, and that really started a rally. A couple of singles after that, another hit by pitch, and the Lady Vikings able to plate 3 runs for this early lead here. The designated player will step in, facing off against Brooke Nally once again for NPC. Anderson steps in, ready to go here in the third. First pitch, taken, driven deep, out to left field, and at the wall, the catch is dropped. Cowart can't make the play, and headed over to second will be Anderson. So the leadoff hitter is on an error by the Nighthawks here. Cowart had it in her glove. It bounced right out, a heartbreaker out in deep left field. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Alicia Stillwell. No outs, 1 on. Here's the pitch from Nally. It's high. Count is 1-0. Next pitch from Nally. Just off the mark, it's ball 2. Stillwell digs in. Anderson, the runner at second. The 2-0. Inside, it just misses the zone. It's a 3-0 count. The 3-0 incoming to Stillwell. She'll take it for a strike. And now the count is 3-1 on the pitcher. Nally winds and fires. That one is going to be fouled back out of play. A full count. That'll be the third full count issued today by the pitcher, Brooke Nally. Stillwell ready. The 3-2, and it's going to be low for ball 4. First 2 base runners are on for the Lady Vikings here in the third. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Sydney Womack. Womack singled and scored back in the second for Carl Albert State College. No outs, 2 on for the Lady Vikings as number 18 steps in. First pitch, high for a ball. Want to know the count on Womack. Another one outside the zone. It's 2-0 on Womack. As Nally gets the sign from catcher Bailey Williams. Here's the 2-0. That one's off the mark. It's 3-0. Williams headed out to the mound to talk things over with Nally, trying to avoid a bases loaded situation here. Count is 3-0 on Sydney Womack. windup and the delivery. Strike one. Here comes the 3-1. That one connected down past third base. It gets into left field. The runners are going to hold up, and the bases will be loaded. And very much like deja vu from inning number 2, Anderson, Stillwell, and Womack were the first 3 batters of each inning, and now all 3 have reached in consecutive innings. Womack at first, Stillwell at second, and Anderson at third. And I believe that is going to be it for Brooke Nally today. So Brooke Nally's day is done. We're going to have a pitching change out on the mound for National Park College. Ruby Haas coming in. We'll take a break. National Park Nighthawks softball is on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Coming in for the Nighthawks will be number 30, Ruby Haas, the new pitcher for Nighthawk Nation, as she continues her warm-ups out on the mound. A big day for Nighthawk athletics today in Hot Springs. In addition to today's softball doubleheader, there's a doubleheader happening right behind us with Nighthawks baseball. National Park College, 9 wins in a row. They're trailing in the 6th inning, 6-4. Also later today, Nighthawk men and women's basketball on the road for conference action at UA Cossatot. The women are coming up in the next 15 minutes or so. The men following up around 4 o'clock today. Big day for Nighthawk athletics. As we resume action here, it's a 3-0 ball game. The Lady Vikings with the lead. They have the bases loaded with no outs. So Brooke Nally will now stand over at third base for NPC. As Haas takes the circle. Jordan Carroll coming up to bat. She was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. With the bases loaded, no outs, she's looking to blow this thing open. First pitch, inside, ball 1. Carroll steps back in against Ruby. And she'll foul that one right at the plate. Count is 1-1. Haas gets the sign she wants from catcher Bailey Williams. Count is 1-1, no outs, bases loaded. The pitch, and it's going to hit the batter. And another run's going to score. So our 4-0 ball game as Carroll is hit for the 2nd time today. And it just so happens to score a run again. So the runners advance. Stillwell's at third, Womack at 2nd as Carroll stands on first. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Ashley Johnson. Johnson struck out back in the 2nd inning. She's 0 for 1 today. First pitch from Haas, right in there, but just off the mark for ball 1. Bases loaded, no outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Haas winds and fires. That one cranked. Shallow infield, the play at the plate in time for a force out. So Stillwell will be the first out of the inning. Womack to third, Carroll to second, Johnson on first. That brings up the top of the order once again, Jada Harris stepping in with one away. Bases loaded for the Lady Vikings. Harris is 0 for 2 today. Has an RBI. First pitch from Haas. And I believe we're going to have a run score here. Looks like it must have clipped Harris. So another run will score for the Lady Vikings. The call at the plate appears to be hit by pitch. So scoring will be Womack. Carroll to third. Johnson on second and Harris at first. One away, the bases remain loaded for Unique Robinson. Strike call. Count is 0-1 quickly on Robinson. Here's the pitch from Haas. That one connected, picked up by the shortstop, and stepping on the bag over at second, making the play, but another run comes in. So Harris is out for the second out of the inning, but Carroll comes in to score. Johnson on third and Robinson on first. Runners on the corners with 2 away. That one, a little bit low. Count is 1-0 on Redding Wagner. Next pitch on its way. That one connected down the third baseline and foul. Next pitch from Haas on its way, a little bit high. Count is 2-1 on Wagner. Two and one the count with 2 away. The pitch from Haas, that one connected. Deep center field. Going back at the wall, and it is out of here. A 3-run home run by Redding Wagner. And the Lady Vikings extend the lead. It's 9-0. High fives and handshakes for Redding Wagner, as the Lady Vikings put themselves in the driver's seat, looking for their 3rd conference victory this season. Just 4-6 coming into today's game. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Kenley Duvall. 0 for 2 today is Duvall. She happened to be the 3rd out in each of the first 2 innings. Connects that one out to left field. It's going to get down all the way to the wall. Picked up by Cowart in left. The throw into second is not in time, and it's a stand-up double for Duvall. The hits keep coming for the Lady Vikings, who have batted around here in the 3rd inning. That brings back up Macy Anderson. She's reached base both times she's come up today. 2 runs scored. Reached on an error to start this inning. First pitch, cranks that one out to center field, and it's going to get down. Another run's going to come in to score. And the throw to second, not in time. So Anderson reaches on an error in center field. It's a 10-0 ball game. Coach Jessie Taylor is going to call time for her women. So Anderson stands at second base. And as we resume play here, it'll be the pitcher, Alicia Stillwell, coming in for the Lady Vikings. Stillwell has singled and walked in today's game. 1 run scored. And with a 10-0 lead, she steps in with a runner in scoring position. First pitch from Ruby Haas. That one connected in the right center field, and that one's going to go all the way to the wall. Waved around third is Macy Anderson. She'll score, and it's an RBI double for the pitcher, Alicia Stillwell. $11-0. The Lady Vikings lead here in the third. And we're going to have a new pitcher coming in for Nighthawk Nation. We'll take a moment. We'll have your new pitcher coming up next. This is National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Success comes with many challenges. At National Park College, we created programs that provide the tools to meet those challenges. Experience a university atmosphere at half the cost. Visit np.edu today and find your path.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their.
Sarah Todd is the new Nighthawk pitcher here in the third inning for National Park College. Looking to come in and help stop the bleeding here with 2 away. At the plate, Sydney Womack. She's singled and scored earlier this inning. 2 hits and a couple of runs scored in today's game. Todd winds and fires that one in to even the count at 1-1. Runner on second, Alicia Stillwell. With 2 away, here's the 1-1. That one's going to be down in the dirt for ball 2. Todd looking for the sign from Williams. Here's the 2-1. Low and away. The count is 3-1. Womack looking to keep the inning alive. Carl Albert State has plated 8 runs here in the third. The 3-1 from Todd, connected, caught by the pitcher, and the inning comes to an end. Great play made by Todd. We go to the bottom of the third, and the Nighthawks have some catching up to do. We'll follow the story next. It's Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Back here in Hot Springs World Class High School in Hot Springs, I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. A big inning for the Lady Vikings of Carl Albert State. They add 8 to their lead in the third. And now the Nighthawks have their back against the wall and are looking to play spoiler and start cutting this deficit here. Do it for the Nighthawks. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters today. Allison Cowart, Kaya Schmidt, and Madeline Thompson. Back on the mound for the Lady Vikings is Alicia Stillwell. Feeling a lot more comfortable after that 3-0 lead becomes an 11-0 lead. Cowart bats for the first time today for Nighthawk Nation, looking to get it all started off here. First pitch on its way, connected back to the screen, foul, strike one. Owen won the count on Cowart. Here in the third, she'll watch that one for strike two. Behind in the count, 0-2, no outs. Here's the pitch. It's off the mark, ball one. One and two as Cowart stands at the ready. The pitch, strike three. Cowart will go down looking. It's the second strikeout of the day for Alicia Stillwell. There's one away here in the third. That brings back up the top of the order, Kaya Schmidt. Schmidt flew out to left field on the first pitch she saw in today's ball game. Looking to make good here. Slaps at the first pitch she sees for a strike. One away, 0-1 the count on Schmidt. Connects that one over to third base. Scooped up and thrown. No, the ball is dropped. Schmidt will be safe at first. She's going to head to second. No one's there to cover the bag. She steals number 2. Good eye by Schmidt, who calls time. Always on the attack, the National Park Nighthawks. Reaching on an error, stealing second base, and now the Nighthawks have a runner in scoring position with one away. Here's Madeline Thompson. Thompson watches the first pitch for strike one. Owen won the count, one away. Schmidt on second. That one's in the dirt. Ball one. Light wind blowing here at Hot Springs High School. 1-1 the count on Thompson. The pitch, that one cranked high into left field. Sailing under it. No, dropping the ball out in left field. Schmidt dives for third. She's going to be safe. Back-to-back errors have the first two Nighthawks on here in the third. Thompson safe at first. Schmidt all the way to third on the dropped ball in left field. So with runners on the corners, here's Emily Cecil. Popped out to right field back in the first. Now an opportunity to light up the scoreboard. First pitch inside strike one. Still just one out here in the third inning. Cecil at the plate for NPC. Connected out to second base. Turns, throws to second. The play at first. It's going to be in time for the double play. Carl Albert State gets out of the inning unscathed. We're headed to the 4th inning. The Lady Vikings enjoying an 11-run lead. We're back after this. National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
We're headed to the 4th inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. Glad to have you with us today. Sarah Todd back on the mound for NPC, coming in relief of Ruby Haas, able to help shut the door back in the 3rd. Due up here in the 4th inning will be Jordan Carroll, Ashley Johnson, and Jada Harris for Carl Albert State College. After the Nighthawks got a couple of runners on the corners there, threatening back in the bottom of the 3rd. A double play ball ending the threat. Now the girls in black coming up looking to see if they can add to what's been a good start for them so far today. Carroll leads things off to start the 4th. Facing off against Todd. First pitch, called for a strike. Carroll steps back in with a 0-1 count. Next pitch is on its way. That one foul down the 3rd base line. So a quick 0-2 count in favor of the pitcher, Sarah Todd, for Nighthawk Nation. As Carroll steps back in at the ready. The 0-2. Called strike 3. 3 pitches, 1 strikeout. A strikeout looking for Sarah Todd, her first today. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter for the Lady Vikings, the shortstop, Ashley Johnson. 1 away. Todd winds and fires. It's off the mark for ball 1. Todd gets her sign from Williams. The 1-0, bunted, foul to even the count at 1-1. One away, 1-1 the count on Johnson. Todd takes her time. The windup in the delivery. Won't go, ball 2. Two and 1 on Johnson. Todd has her mind made up. That one's going to sail in. It just misses for ball 3. A 3-1 count on Johnson. There's the pitch. Strike 2. So Todd will face her first full count of the day with 1 away. Johnson steps back in, looking to be the first base runner here in the 4th inning. The pitch, and it's going to be cranked out foul, just out of play. So we'll reset here. Here's the 3-2. Connected out to second base. Little slow roller. no problem for Madeline Bruce to help make the play 2 away. Nighthawks looking for their first 1-2-3 inning of today's game. Jada Harris, the leadoff hitter, back at the plate. Reached base on a hit by pitch back in the third. First pitch, strike one. Before the Nighthawks took the field here, a fiery speech from head coach Jesse Taylor. And it seemed to have worked to get these Nighthawks energized here. Quickly down in the count is Harris, 0-2. Taylor basically said, if you're not mad, don't get on the field. I want people that are going to step out on this field and battle back in this one. No give up in these Hawks. Count is 0-2. Grounded. Picked up. The throw over to first in time. Down go the Lady Vikings. 1-2-3 here in the fourth inning. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. The Nighthawks come to bat. This is Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Bottom of the fourth inning coming up for National Park College, trailing Carl Albert State 11-0. And due up for the Nighthawks will be the number 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Madeline Bruce, Jessie Rowland, and Brooke Nally. If you know anything about these Nighthawk women, they love to have fun. They're vocal, they're energetic in the dugout no matter what the score. Here's 3 of them right here. Always smiles on their faces, always vocal. Here's Madeline Bruce, Bailey Williams, and Allison Cowart. Photo sent in by Karen Todd, a Nighthawk parent. Thank you for your photo contribution today. And the Nighthawks are going to look to get on the scoreboard and start the comeback here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Bruce steps in. First pitch from Stillwell, connected in the left center field. That gets down all the way to the wall, and it's going to be a stand-up double to start the fourth inning for Nighthawk Nation. Big hit for Bruce. The lead runner is on. First hit of the day for Madeline. And here comes Jessie Rowland. Rowland also has a double in today's game. First pitch, swung through for a strike. Oh, and 1 to count on Rowland. The pitch from Stillwell is off the mark. They're going to try to throw her out at second. Bruce thought about taking off for third. Didn't get a good enough jump on it. Count is 1-1. Despite the lead, Stillwell looks a little shaken out there. 1-1. Off the mark, 2-1. Trying to get Rowland chasing. Nothing going there. No outs, 1 on for NPC. Here's the 2-1. Misses the corner. 3-1 the count on Rowland. On deck for the Nighthawks, Brooke Nally. As Rowland steps back in, ready to go with a 3-1 count. Stillwell fires. Strike 2. Count is full on Rowland. It's the first time today the Nighthawks have had a full count, and that one's connected. Into shallow left field, it's going to be caught by the shortstop, Ashley Johnson. One away here in the fourth inning. Next up is Brooke Nally. Nally walked back in the third inning, or the second inning, excuse me. She'll connect on that one. Popped over the second baseman's head. Runners on the corners here for the Nighthawks as Nally with a bloop single will reach base for the second time today. Bruce on third, Nally on first. Here comes Bailey Williams. Going to have a pinch runner for Nally. That'll be Hannah Harvey. One away here in the fourth inning. Williams gets a pep talk from Coach Taylor. The catcher will step in. Williams at the ready. First pitch, high, ball one. Williams 0 for 1 today, was out on an infield fly. Back in the second inning. Nighthawks threatening here in the fourth inning. 2 on, 1 out. Next pitch, swung through for a strike. Count is 1-1. Williams ready for the next pitch from Stillwell. The 1-1. Ball 2. Stillwell gets her sign from Duvall. The 2-1 on its way. Catches inside, strike 2, and stealing a home will be Madeline Bruce for the first run of today's game. A double steal as Harvey is safe at second. The Nighthawks are on the board. Two and two the count on Williams at the plate. Runner in scoring position is Harvey. Here's the pitch. That one connected out deep left field, but it's going to be foul. Williams all smiles as she heads back to home plate. Nighthawk dugout is electric, as it looks like a souvenir from the Nighthawk baseball game trickles into the field. Two and two the count on Williams. Here's the pitch. That one is high, and I believe it's inside. And stealing third, now, or Harvey, excuse me, called out, caught stealing. Second out of the inning. No doubt about it, Nighthawks aggressive on the base pass. You got to be. Now the bases are clear for Williams, who faces a full count. That one's connected, a little floater, and it drops. Williams is safe at first. A miscommunication between first and second base. Nobody called for it. It fell down. The inning will stay alive. It'll be ruled an error at second base for Carl Albert. As Soto steps in, she sees the first pitch and knocks it foul. 0 for 1 today is Desiree Soto. Nighthawks have put a run on the board. They're going to look to add to it here. Williams, the runner on first, 2 away. Here's the 0-1. Soto watches it for strike 2. Soto down in the count, 0-2. Stillwell delivers. It's low for a ball. The 1-2 connected out into left center field, and it is going to be caught for the third out of the inning. A diving play made out in left field by Redding Wagner. The inning comes to a close, but not before the Nighthawks get one run on the scoreboard. We'll go to the fifth inning, a 10-run lead for the Lady Vikings of Carl Albert State. This is National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Top of the fifth inning coming up for the Lady Vikings of Carl Albert State College. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. Glad to have you with us on the broadcast today. Game one of a Division II conference doubleheader between the Nighthawks and the Lady Vikings. Game two coming up at the conclusion of today's game. You don't have to go anywhere to see game two today. Sarah Todd back on the circle for National Park College here. Nighthawks able to get one run across the board, and they'll continue trying to chip away as we advance in today's contest. Due up for Carl Albert State here in the fifth inning. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Unique Robinson, Redding Wagner, and Kenley Duval. Robinson steps in facing off against Todd. First pitch, strike one. 0-1 the count on Robinson. She'll pop that one up in the infield. Sailing under it, Jesse Rowland makes a play at first base. First batter is out, one away. The Nighthawks taking out the Lady Vikings 1-2-3 back in the fourth. And it's 5 consecutive batters retired. Here's Redding Wagner. First pitch, looked in, strike one. Big story for Wagner today. Of course, she had a 3-run home run back in the third inning. Helped blow this lead wide open for the Lady Vikings. Quickly down in the count, 0-2 is Wagner. Reached base each time she's bat today. The 0-2, that one's popped up. Out in the right field, sailing under it, making a play are the Nighthawks. Kaylee Party with a big catch. 2 away here in the fifth inning. And now it's the catcher, Kenley Duval. Duval is 1 for 3 today with a double and a run scored. First pitch from Todd. Popped up. Shallow infield, and making the play is Madeline Bruce. 1-2-3, down go the Lady Vikings again. And just like that, we're headed to the bottom of the fifth inning. Nighthawks coming to bat, trailing by 10. It's National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Bottom of the fifth inning here in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. Nighthawks coming to bat, looking to chip away at a 10-run deficit here able to get one across the board back in the 4th inning. And really, after a fiery pep talk from Coach Jesse Taylor, we've seen a different Nighthawk softball team here in the second phase of today's game. Really shutting it down on defense, back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. The Nighthawk pitching staff has taken out its past 7 batters after going down 11-0 to start this ball game. Do it for the Nighthawks here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, starting with Allison Cowart. Cowart, Schmidt, and Thompson, the 1, 2, 3, line up here in the 5th inning. Cowart is 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. First pitch she sees is strike 1. Alicia Stillwell still on the mound for the Lady Vikings. The 0-1 is popped up, foul, out of play. So quickly down in the count, 0-2 is Allison Cowart. Stillwell winds and fires, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Off the mark, the count evened up at 2. Sean Stevens is watching us on the broadcast today. Thanks for joining us today, Sean. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 2-2, that one connected high. Down the left field line and foul. Three Lady Vikings running to make a play. We know it's outside of your visibility on the live stream. But 3 Lady Vikings, even leading by 10, still fighting after those foul balls, looking to make a play. Count is 2-2 on Cowart. Here's the pitch. Swung through for strike 3. Cowart goes down swinging for the second strikeout that she'll see today. First out of the inning. 3 strikeouts today for Alicia Stillwell as the top of the order comes up. It's Kaya Schmidt. Schmidt reached on an error in the 3rd inning. And the first pitch she sees is a strike. Schmidt with a stolen base in today's game. Count is 0-1. That one's high as Schmidt dives out of the way. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. That one connected right back to the pitcher. Stillwell ready to make a play. Fires over to Carroll at first. There's 2 away. That'll bring up Madeline Thompson, and Thompson has reached base both times she's come to the plate today. Single in the 1st, reaching on an error back in the 3rd. Looking to make it 3 in a row on the base paths. 2 away for Thompson. First pitch, taken inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Popped up high. Looks like it's going to stay in play. Duvall can't reel it in. So it'll be a foul ball. Count is 1-1 on Thompson, who breathes a sigh of relief and heads back to the batter box looking to make a play. Nighthawks looking for their first base runner here in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-1, high for ball 2. Two away in the 5th. The 2-1 Connected, driven deep out to left field. That one's going to get out of here. A solo home run for Madeline Thompson. Touch 'em all, Thompson. The Nighthawks plate their second run of today's game. A 2-out home run for the Nighthawks. That brings up Emily Cecil. The shortstop checks in. She's 0 for 2 today. First pitch, swinging strike one on Cecil. 2 away, 0-1 the count. Pitch from Stillwell. That one's driven out to left field. It gets down all the way to the left field corner. Cecil rounds first, headed for second, where she'll stand up with a double. Back-to-back hits for the Nighthawks here, and looks like we're going to have a meeting at the mound for Carl Albert State. Coach Shelby White-Cotton out there talking with Alicia Stillwell, making sure her pitcher is okay. Cecil at second for NPC. Back-to-back hits, a solo home run for Madeline Thompson. Cecil follows with a double. Here comes Madeline Bruce. Bruce had a double, scored the Nighthawks' first run of the ball game back in the 4th inning. She's 1 for 2 today. Looking for an RBI here. With 2 away, Bruce is ready. First pitch, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Bruce watches it, strike 1, catching the corner. One and one the count on Bruce with 2 away. Runner on second is Cecil. Here's the pitch, connected down the third base line. Scooped up in the throw to first in time. Carroll makes the play, and the side is retired. Nighthawks add another one, a solo shot by Madeline Thompson. And that's going to be it for today's game here. So your final score in this one will be 11-2. Carl Albert State taking game 1 in the doubleheader today. And we'll take a small break and be back for game 2 of today's conference doubleheader. Thanks for watching. Don't go anywhere. National Park Nighthawks softball is on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Success comes with many challenges. At National Park College, we created programs that provide the tools to meet those challenges. Experience a university atmosphere at half the cost. Visit np.edu today and find your path.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at xzerosports.com.
Final score in Game 1 of today's Nighthawk doubleheader. National Park College falls to Carl Albert State College 11-2. For Carl Albert State, Redding Wagner finished with a 3-run home run in today's contest. Kenley Duvall was 1 for 3 with a run score. Macy Anderson scores a couple of runs in the game, as well as Sydney Womack, who goes 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Winning pitcher today will be Alicia Stillwell for Carl Albert State, who moves to 3-0 in conference play, 5-6 on the season. Losing pitcher today for National Park College, number 7, Brooke Nally, going 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, and allowing 3 runs in her time today. For the Nighthawks today, they were led by Madeline Thompson, 2 for 3 today with a home run. Emily Cecil finishes 1 for 3 today. Madeline Bruce, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Jessie Rowland, 1 for 2 in today's game. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back for Game 2 of today's doubleheader, where the Nighthawks look to get back in the win column and deliver the first conference loss for the Lady Vikings this season. We're going to take an extended break. We're going to go to a graphic here. Don't go anywhere. We'll come right back with Game 2 of today's game. This is National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Success comes with many challenges. At National Park College, we've created programs that provide the tools to meet those challenges. Experience a university atmosphere at half the cost. Visit np.edu today and find your path.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
connected by Megan Bean. Out to right center field, and it's down. 1 run will score. Here's the pitch. That one connected high and deep. No doubt about it, that one's out of here. Hit hard, hit deep. This game is over! A 3-run walk-off home run for Jesse Rowland, and the Nighthawks win! The Nighthawks win! Live from Hot Springs World Class High School in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas, National Park Nighthawks softball is back on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. I'm Mark Oliver. Game 2 of today's Nighthawk doubleheader with Carl Albert State College. Ready to begin here. It was the Lady Vikings taking Game 1 by a final score of 11-2. The Nighthawks looking to battle back and deliver not only the first Lady Vikings conference loss of the year, but also looking for their first in NJCAA Region 2 Division II play. As we get set to start today's ball game, Sarah Todd will take the circle for NPC, coming in relief in Game 1 and really kind of slowing down the offensive onslaught of the Lady Vikings. And once Todd came into the game, the Lady Vikings never scored again. Now she'll start Game 2, and she'll be joined by the Nighthawks softball team looking for a little revenge here in the nightcap of the doubleheader today. She'll face off against J.C. Nunley of the Lady Vikings. It'll be a battle, Todd versus Nunley. And as we get set to start the top of the first inning here in game number 2, the number 1, 2, and 3 hitters will be Jada Harris, Unique Robinson, and Redding Wagner for Carl Albert State. Todd gets her sign. First pitch on its way. Game 2 underway, and it'll be a 1-0 count on Jada Harris. I'd like to thank everybody for staying with us on the broadcast today. A big day for Nighthawk athletics today. Double headers in baseball and softball, men and women's basketball playing conference games on the road. Busy Saturday for National Park College. We wouldn't have it any other way. The 1-1 driven out deep to left field and unable to make a play out in left. Standing up at second, heading for third is Harris, who will be in safely. So a near miss out in left field. Madeline Bruce unable to reel it in. And the leadoff hitter is on for Carl Albert State. That brings up Unique Robinson. The center fielder steps in. No outs, 1 on. With the Lady Vikings threatening early. Here's a bunt right down in front of the plate. The throw to first is in time, and 1 run's going to score. Sacrifice RBI by Robinson. And Carl Albert strikes first here in the first inning. One away for Redding Wagner. Popped up. Jesse Rowland makes a play over at first, and there's 2 away. 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 away. That brings up the catcher. The designated player of today's game, Kenley Duvall. First pitch from Todd. Fouled back to the screen, strike 1. Duvall steps in, facing off against Todd. 2 away in the top of the first inning. Pitch on its way on the inside. Evens the count at 1-1. Todd gets her sign from Bailey Williams. The 1-1. That one's fouled. Back to the dugout. Duvall behind in the count, 1-2. Nighthawks looking to get out of the inning here. The 1-2. Low for ball 2. With 2 away, Todd has her sign. The 2-2 popped up in the infield, and it's going to get down. Duvall will reach first and keep the inning alive. That brings up Macy Anderson. Anderson moving to catcher for game 2. With Duvall at first and 2 away. First pitch she sees is connected out to left field. A diving play made! Bruce comes up with it, and that will end the inning. 1 run comes across for the Lady Vikings. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The Nighthawks coming to bat. This is National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Bottom of the first inning here from Hot Springs World Class High School. I'm Mark Oliver. 1 run coming across for Carl Albert State in the top frame. The Nighthawks looking to answer back here. The lineup looking a little bit different here for game 2. Your 1-2-3 punch for the bottom of the first inning will be Madeline Thompson, Kaya Schmidt, and Emily Cecil for National Park College. Madeline Thompson had a late solo home run in game 1 for the Nighthawks, and Coach Jesse Taylor went ahead and moved her straight up to the top of the lineup. They'll face off against J.C. Nunley here in game 2. Nighthawks looking to strike quickly on offense. As a reminder, I'd like to say hello to everybody watching this afternoon. If you're just joining us, it's game 2. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're excited to see today. So Thompson steps in against Nunley. First pitch is low. That's ball 1. Next one comes in, evening the count, 1-1. 1-1 to count the pitch. That one is grounded foul back to the Carl Albert dugout. And Thompson's down in the count, 1-2. Nunley gets her sign, the 1-2. That one is cranked and it's going to get down in the left center field all the way to the wall. Thompson's headed for second, and it will be a leadoff hit for Nighthawk Nation here in the bottom of the first inning. The tying run is in scoring position for Kaya Schmidt. The center fielder steps in for the first time here in game 2. No outs in the bottom of the first. The pitch from Nunley. It's bunted right down in front of the pitcher. Throw to first in time. And Schmidt will do what she was designed to do, and that's move Thompson over to third base. One away. And we'll get an official ruling down here as Schmidt stands on first. And it appears that maybe first base did not step on the bag, and that's going to allow Kaya Schmidt. No, they will rule that she's out after all. Coach Jessie Taylor continues her appeal. Looks like Schmidt will be out. So here's Emily Cecil with an opportunity to tie the game. First pitch she'll see is called for strike one. Runner on third is Thompson, one away here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch from Nunley. Strike two. 0-2 the count. Cecil connects, drills that one out to center field, and the catch is made, but tagging up to tie the game, Madeline Thompson to even the game at 1. An RBI sacrifice fly for Emily Cecil. We're all knotted up at 1. Madeline Bruce checks in for the Nighthawks with 2 away. First pitch, she'll take it for a ball. Here's the 1-0 from Nunley, driven down the first baseline, stepping on the bag. The side is retired, but the Nighthawks even things up on a sacrifice fly. An RBI for Emily Cecil as Thompson comes in to score. We're headed to the second, all tied up at 1. National Park Nighthawks softball is on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Top of the second inning here in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. The Nighthawks even things up in the bottom of the first inning, and it's a brand new ball game. Due up for the Lady Vikings here in the second. Be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Alicia Stillwell, Sydney Womack, and Lizzie LeMay. Back on the circle for NPC, Sarah Todd. The Nighthawks quickly allowed 1 run across the board and then shut things down after Jada Harris advanced to third base on the very first at-bat for the Lady Vikings today. A meeting in the circle for NPC. As we're ready for softball here, last game's winning pitcher, Alicia Stillwell, will step into the batter's box. Stillwell moved over to second base for today's game. And here we go. Todd gets the sign she wants from Bailey Williams. First pitch of the second inning. That one is drilled out to left field. That one's going back, and it's going to sail out of here for a solo home run for Alicia Stillwell. 1 pitch, 1 run. As Stillwell gets it done, it's a 2-1 ball game. The Nighthawks quickly in the circle, checking in on Sarah Todd, as she'll shake that one off and continue her work. Sydney Womack, the third baseman, steps in for the Lady Vikings. First pitch, strike one. Todd winds and delivers the 0-1. It won't go. We're even at 1-1. The 1-1 from Todd. There it is, on the corner for strike two. Stephen and Amber Woods are watching the live stream this afternoon. They're cheering on Nighthawk number 9, Autumn Dale. Glad to have you with us. Here's the 1-2. That one, a grounder. Picked up at short. The throw to first. Not in time. Womack is safe. So back-to-back base runners to start the second inning for Carl Albert State College. Here comes Lizzie LeMay. Did not see LeMay in action in game one. She plays first in game two. First pitch she sees, she watches it in for ball one. Runner on first is Womack. It's a 2-1 ball game. Alicia Stillwell led off the second with a solo home run. That one connected. Picked up at short. Play at second is in time. No opportunity for a double play, but the lead runner, Womack, is out. So LeMay is safely on first, and that brings up the number 9 hitter, Ashley Johnson. The shortstop faces off against Sarah Todd with one away. First pitch, strike one. That one, driven out, stays in play, out in left field. Making the catch is Bruce for the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the lineup is Jada Harris for the Lady Vikings. Runner on first is LeMay. Harris hit and scored back in the first inning. First pitch she sees is strike one. Owen won the count on Harris. Todd fires on the inside. Can't hit her mark. It's 1-1. Two away in the second. The 1-1 fouled back for strike two. Todd looking to get out of the inning without any more damage here. Count is 1-2. Two away. Here's the pitch. That one grounded, foul. Here's the 1-2 from Sarah Todd. That one will get down out in left center field, picked up by Bruce, and the runner will slide in over at third. So it's LeMay on third, and over on second is Jada Harris. The inning stays alive for Unique Robinson, who steps in with two away. Robinson grounded out to the pitcher back in the first inning. Sarah Todd is ready in the circle. First pitch, Robinson takes it for a strike. 0-1 the count on Robinson. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Out to right field and sailing under it, making the play are the Nighthawks. Kaylee Party will help end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the second. Nighthawks coming to bat trailing 2-1. This is National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Bottom of the second inning here in Hot Springs, J.C. Nunley back on the mound for the Lady Vikings, who hold a 2-1 lead over National Park College here in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. It was a solo home run leading off the second inning for Alicia Stillwell of Carl Albert State, breaking the stalemate and giving the advantage back to the ladies in black. Due up for the Nighthawks. Here in the second inning, we'll see Jessie Rowland, Brooke Nally, and Allie Shiro. As Nunley finishes her warm-ups here, we're ready for softball. Here comes Jessie Rowland. Rowland steps in, ready to face off against Nunley for the first time today. First pitch. Taken for a strike. So 0-1 the count on Rowland. Bottom of the second inning, Nunley delivers. That one swung through for strike 2. Rowland looking to battle against Nunley here. Next pitch, popped up. That one deep, headed back in right field, and that one is going to tie the ball game. Jessie Rowland goes yard. And the Nighthawks match home run for home run here in the second inning. Rowland puts the Nighthawks on the board in what is quite a different ball game than what we saw in Game 1. So with everything knotted up at 2, here comes Brooke Nally. Nally playing third base in Game 2 today. Steps in with a tie ball game and no outs in the second. Nunley winds and fires. It's high for ball 1. Nally at the ready, a 1-0 count. Watches the second pitch for ball 2. The 2-0. Little check swing. Chopper over to first. Nally didn't want it to happen. She's the first out here in the second inning. So here comes Allie Shiro. I see Wayne Shiro watching on the broadcast today. The designated player steps in. First pitch with one away. That one chopped down the third base line, and the play made over at first for out number 2. One pitch, one out. That'll bring up the catcher, Bailey Williams. Williams ready to go against Nunley for the first time today. First pitch, that one's low for ball 1. The 1-0 to Williams. That one's driven out deep. Headed for the fences. It's gone. The Nighthawks take the lead. Bailey Williams, a solo shot into the woods, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Couple of home runs here in the second inning have the Nighthawks cheering in the dugout. Be their first lead of the day. First pitch to Party. That one's connected. Headed for the fences. Back to back jacks for the Nighthawks softball team. Party touch them all. And that dugout is on fire here in Hot Springs. 3 home runs here in the second. And that Nighthawk offense is alive. And now we're going to have a pitching change for Carl Albert State. That looks like Jordan Carroll taking the circle. We're going to take a break. New pitcher coming. National Park Nighthawks softball is on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Success?
4-2 National Park College here in the bottom of the second inning. 3 solo home runs has been the story here in the second. Jesse Rowland, Bailey Williams, and Kaylee Party. Now, it'll be Jordan Carroll in the circle for the Lady Vikings. First pitch she throws is a strike on Madeline Thompson. Back to the top of the lineup for NPC. Thompson doubled and scored a run already in today's contest. With an 0-1 count and 2 outs, second pitch is strike 2. After struggling a bit offensively in game 1, an 11-2 decision, the Nighthawks are in the driver's seat. That one's connected. It's going to get into right center field. So the Nighthawks keep the inning alive with their 3rd consecutive hit. Thompson is 2 for 2 today. So with 2 outs, the Nighthawks have a Bailey Williams home run, a Kaylee Party home run, and now a Madeline Thompson single, and here's Kaya Schmidt. 0 for 1 today. First pitch she sees is ball 1. Schmidt ready to battle against Jordan Carroll. Next pitch, fouled back to the screen. One and one the count on Schmidt. Here's the pitch. And swung through. That's strike two. Now a pickle situation here. Ball's going to go into center field and safely scooting to second is Madeline Thompson. The Nighthawks are absolutely aggressive on the base paths, and that's why they're in the top 10 in the nation in stolen bases. Count is 1-2 on Schmidt. NPC with another runner in scoring position. The 1-2 swung through. Looks like it's going to be fouled. The inning will stay alive. Here's the pitch. Grounded. Picked up by the shortstop, but there's no play to be made. There'll be runners on the corners with two away. Thompson on third, Schmidt on first. Here comes Emily Cecil. She has one RBI already in today's game, and now there's going to be a meeting in the circle. They're going to try to get Jordan Carroll calmed down here. The Nighthawks have found their mojo here in the second. The home runs 13, 14, and 15 on the season. And with two outs, here's Emily Cecil. Runners on first and third with two away. Carroll has her pitch. Looked in for strike one. Owen won the count on Cecil. Looks that one in. Count is tied up at 1. Here's the 1-1, drilled up the middle. Another Nighthawk run is going to score. Cecil has another RBI, and runners on the corners as the inning continues. I have 5 consecutive hits for the Nighthawks. Here in the second as Thompson scores. It's 5-2. On third is Schmidt. On first is Cecil. And here's Madeline Bruce. Stealing second is Emily Cecil. With 2 away, runners on second and third. The 1-0 to Bruce. Popped up. And this one's going to sail out of play. Count is 1-1 on Madeline Bruce. Carroll gets her sign. The 1-1 connected, but foul. One and 2 on Madeline Bruce. The pitch from Carroll. Misses the mark. We're tied up at 2-2. Two and two. Down in the dirt, it's a full count. Jesse Rowland's on deck for the Nighthawks. She started this whole thing off. That one's connected, a line drive, and it will not be fielded at second. The throw is overthrown. 1 run will score, 2 runs score, and headed over to second is Madeline Bruce. The Nighthawks keep it going. Schmidt and Cecil will plate runs. The Nighthawks have scored 6 here in the second. We've batted around. Jesse Rowland has a solo home run at the start of this inning. First pitch she sees is ball 1. With 2 away, the 1-0. High for ball 2. The pitch from Carroll, driven foul. Madeline Bruce trots back to second base. Jesse Rowland at the ready with a 2-1 count. Still 2 outs. The pitch, that one fouled, out of play. The Nighthawks have scored 5 runs with 2 outs here in the second. As Rowland pops that one up in the infield. The inning is over. But the Nighthawks have done their damage. They lead 7-2, and we're headed to the third. National Park Nighthawks softball is on XZeroSports.com. Nighthawk pitcher Sarah Todd is back in the circle, and a bit of a sigh of relief here as she enters with a 5-run lead. It's 7-2 here in the top of the third inning from Hot Springs World Class High School. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. XZero Sports is your official home of Nighthawk athletics this season, and proud to be with you here on a sunny Saturday in the Spa City. Carl Albert State facing a deficit for the first time today. And they'll bat their 3, 4, and 5 hitters to see if they can battle back. Redding Wagner, Kenley Duval, and Macy Anderson all due up for the Lady Vikings here in the third inning. Wagner is 0 for 1 today. As the Nighthawks continue and complete their pep talk in the circle in what has been a tale of 2 games so far today. The offense a little slow to get started for NPC in game 1. They fall 11-2. And now with a 7-2 advantage in game 2 early. Wagner ready, first pitch. It's taken for a strike. Todd gets her sign from Bailey Williams. The pitch. It's going to hit Redding Wagner. She's headed down the first. The lead batter is on for the Lady Vikings. And that brings up Kenley Duval. Duval reached on an error back in the first inning. Runner at first is Wagner. No outs in the top of the third. Todd fires that one on the inside, ball one. No outs, 1-0 the count. That one popped up in the infield. Making the play is Thompson. One away in the third. Next up is Macy Anderson for the Lady Vikings. Anderson flew out to left field back in the first inning. Runner on first is Wagner, one away. The pitch from Sarah Todd. That one popped up. Play is made at second. Double play! And if you blinked, you missed it. The Nighthawks are coming up to bat in the bottom of the third. Down go the Vikings. Just like that, it's Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Bottom of the third inning here in Hot Springs. The Nighthawks make quick work of Carl Albert State in the top frame. And now they're going to come right back to where they had a very successful second inning. Leading things off for the Nighthawks here in the third will be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. That's Brooke Nally, Allie Shiro, and Bailey Williams. 3 home runs hit in the second inning for the Nighthawks, who were able to plate 6 and turn a 2-1 deficit into a 7-2 lead. Jordan Carroll stays in the circle for the Lady Vikings. And Brooke Nally ready to go, 0-1 on the day. Nally steps in to face off against Carroll. First pitch. Strike one. Owen won the count. That one connected right over to first base where they'll step on the bag for the first out of the inning. Lizzie LeMay makes the play. One away in the third. Next up is the designated player, Allie Shiro. She grounded out to third back in the second. She'll face off against Jordan Carroll. First pitch, that one driven down the line, foul. One away, 0-1 the count on Shiro. Carroll has her sign. The windup, the delivery is low. Count is 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. Shiro steps in, awaiting the 1-2 from Carroll. The pitch, driven back to Carroll, off of her glove. Shiro is going to scoot in over at first. Throw not in time. And with one out, there's one on for NPC. So Shiro's on for the first time today, and here comes Bailey Williams. 1 for 1 with a solo home run. First pitch. She'll watch it. Ball 1. One away, one on for NPC. Williams drives that one into left field. It'll get down for a single. And now with one out, there's 2 on for the Nighthawks. Williams is 2 for 2 on the day. Runner in scoring position is Shiro. Here comes Kaylee Party. Party, in her first at-bat of the entire day, had a solo home run of her own. Now with 2 on, she's looking for a little magic here. Shows bunt, pulls back. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Party pops that one up, shallow center field, and sailing under it, making the play is Carl Albert State. Catch is made by Unique Robinson. There's 2 away, back to the top of the order is Madeline Thompson. Thompson is 2 for 2 today. Has a stolen base, couple of runs scored. First pitch she sees, she's going to connect. It's going to be foul down the right field line. Runner on second is Shiro. Williams on first. Thompson looking to add to the NPC lead. The 0-1. Ball 1. Thompson at the ready, facing off against Jordan Carroll. Strike 2. The Lady Vikings trying to get out of the inning here. Thompson trying to keep it alive. The 1-2. Grounder. Picked up at third, the tag is made, and the inning is over. Down go the Nighthawks. They're going to strand a couple. We're headed to the 4th inning. The Nighthawks lead 7-2. This is National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Top of the 4th inning here in the Spa City. I'm Mark Oliver. 7-2, the Nighthawks lead over the visiting Lady Vikings of Carl Albert State College. Making the drive from Poto, Oklahoma. Sarah Todd back in the circle with a 5-run lead. Like we said before, kind of a tale of 2 games in this one. Nighthawks all smiles, just like in this picture, sent in by Nighthawk mom Karen Todd. All smiles for Kaylee Joseph, Bailey Williams, and Lily Webb in that one. As the Nighthawks look to make quick work again of Carl Albert State here. Back in the third inning, they allowed a base runner on a hit by pitch, couple of pop-ups, double play. One of the fastest innings we've seen today. And now due up for the Lady Vikings is the second baseman, Alicia Stillwell. Stillwell, 1 for 1 today with a solo home run. First pitch from Sarah Todd. Strike one. Oh, and 1 the count, no outs here in the fourth inning. Todd delivers, that one grounded at third, stopped by Nally, who makes the throw to first. Rowland punches out the first out of the inning. One away for Sydney Womack. Womack singled back in the second. Facing off against Sarah Todd. With 1 away, first pitch, foul. Owen won the count on Womack with 1 away. Todd gets her pitch from Williams. It's off the mark for ball 1. Todd delivers. 2-1. One away in the fourth. Todd has found her pitch. The 2-1 popped up. Out in the right center field, no one can make a play. Womack will be safe over at first. That'll bring up Lizzie LeMay for Carl Albert State College. The pitch from Todd, strike 1. Owen won the count on LeMay. 1 out, 1 on in the fourth inning. That one fouled into the NPC dugout. Oh, and 2. Here's the 0-2. Off the corner, that's going to be ball 1 on LeMay. Todd winds and fires. That one's going to miss, trying to get LeMay chasing. Count goes to 2-2. The pitch, fouled. Womack the runner on first for Carl Albert State College. Lizzie LeMay at the plate. 2-2 count with 1 out. The pitch from Todd. Popped up, another foul. LeMay battling to stay alive in the batter's box. The 2-2. Now the count is full. First full count issued today by Sarah Todd. The 3-2, grounder, out to second. Play at first, there's 2 away. Womack advances to second. There's a runner in scoring position as Ashley Johnson steps up. The shortstop is 0 for 1 today, flew out to left field in the second. First pitch from Sarah Todd. Strike 1. Owen won the count on Johnson. Looked through for a ball. Williams keeping a close eye on Womack at second. Count is 1-1, 2 away. The pitch. Strike 2. Nighthawks looking to get out of it with a runner stranded. The 1-2 from Sarah Todd. Connected. Out to left field. That one's back. That one's out of here. A 2-run blast for Ashley Johnson. And that puts the Lady Vikings back on the board. It's 7-4. A 2-out, 2-run home run for Carl Albert State. And they are right back in this thing. Top of the lineup coming up for the Lady Vikings, Jada Harris. Harris has had a great day at the plate so far. She's 2 for 2. A double, a triple, a run scored. Todd's first pitch is a strike. The 0-1 evens the count at 1. One count on Jada Harris. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt. And she's out. That's the end of the inning. We'll head down to the bottom of the 4th inning, where National Park comes to bat, leading 7-4. National Park Nighthawks softball is on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Bottom of the 4th inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School. Nighthawks softball with a 7-4 lead. We're joined by NPC Athletic Director Jason Hudnall. Coach, a big day for Nighthawk Athletics today. Doubleheader baseball, doubleheader softball. Men and women's basketball is on the road for conference games as well. What a Saturday.
That's right. Hey, it's a great day to be a Nighthawk. We're excited about everything that's going on and the opportunities that our student athletes have. We've got them all over the state. Looking for some W's today, Mark.
Tale of two games so far in this one, Coach. The Nighthawks softball falling 11-2 in game one. They've battled right back into this thing and looking to even up the series today against the Lady Vikings today. What can you say about Coach Jessie Taylor and what she's brought to this program and the confidence that this team has as we head into what should be a really good conference schedule this year?
It is. This is a fun weekend. It's opening conference weekend, and the thing about Coach Taylor, it's not just what she's doing on the field with these young ladies and our student athletes, but how I see her in the office. I see her in there, got a bunt laid down, get there, atta girl.
Schmidt's going to beat it out for the lead base runner here in the fourth inning.
Before I go back to Coach Taylor, let me just say that girl right there, Kaya, can flat out fly, Mark. I told Coach Taylor I'd bunt her every single time, and there's going to be very few teams get to throw her out. But Coach Taylor does such a good job with her student athletes, and how I see her just working with them in the office, tutoring in a math class, or the study halls that she has, and just the team meetings and where they're at, and really just a well-rounded program. Excited about the future of Nighthawks softball.
Kaya Schmidt, the lead batter on for the Nighthawks here in the fourth, beating out that bunt. She stands at first for Emily Cecil here. Cecil facing off against Jordan Carroll here in the fourth. First pitch, and that's grounded into left field as Schmidt stands up easily at second. And the first two Nighthawks are on here in the fourth, Coach.
Really hitting the ball better in game two. I know Coach Taylor was disappointed in how we came out in game one. I know the girls were excited. They were pumped up, maybe been a little too excited for game one of conference play. I love how they've settled in and really let their bats get hot here in game two.
That'll bring up Madeline Bruce for Nighthawk Nation. She reached on an error back in the second. Looking to extend the lead for NPC here. That one driven down, and that's going to go into the shallow outfield. One run will score as Schmidt dashes in for the 8th run of the game.
Very good. We'll take RBIs all day long.
Coach, maybe you're a bit of a good luck charm here.
Need to stay in the press box instead of out there shaking hands and kissing babies, don't I, Mark?
I saw you out there shagging foul balls all day long.
That's exactly right. That's my job is to make sure we've got money in the gate bag and ice for shoulders and foul balls when I need to snag them.
So there's runners on the corners for NPC. Still no outs. As advancing to second will be Madeline Bruce. In an 8-4 ball game here in Hot Springs. Coach, I also heard that women's basketball falls on the road today in conference play at UA Cossatot. Kind of a close one.
It was a close one. Got us on the road right there. You know, Cossatot is a much improved program. They're a new program. This is just in their, you know, for the women, I guess this is just their second year of their program. That Coach Bird, as their athletic director and basketball coach, is doing a really good job down there. And it's exciting to see our region and our conference grow, Mark, and the new programs and the new schools that are a part of it. And as new schools jump in, and I think it'll help all of us be more competitive and giving more and more students opportunities to play athletics at the collegiate level.
Desiree Soto is going to come in, pinch hitting for Brooke Nally here. It was a sacrifice fly out to left field, and RBI for Jessie Rowland as Nighthawks will plate their 9th run of the game, 2nd of the inning. Here's the pitch from Carroll. Soto chops that one over to second. Another run is going to come across, or excuse me, that should be. Another run will come across here. It's 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And it's a 10-4 ball game.
Well, it's a beautiful day for softball. After not long ago having a foot of snow on the ground and having to reschedule a lot of games, and after already being a crazy year, it's great to see some sunshine and some hits. That's a great combination.
Yeah, and all across the board, Coach, all the programs really excelling. Of course, yesterday The Nighthawk baseball team getting a win over a nationally ranked opponent in Southeastern Community College. I know they're battling with the Blackhawks again behind us in Game 2 today.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. We dropped Game 2 earlier today. This is a number 10 ranked team in the nation. And, one thing I've been so proud about our men is just they've not shied away from anyone here in the first month of the season. We've matched them up. It's just going to be foul. We've matched them up against 2 top 10 programs and went down there, and we learned from some things down there at LSU Eunice. And then yesterday to see them be able to take care of business and beat the number 10 team in the nation, that really says a lot about Coach Thompson, what he's doing with our program, and about our young men, that we're not just, get down.
That one is dropped out in right field as Ali Shiro is going to head for second base.
Very good. We'll take that right there.
And these Nighthawks are pumped.
Love the way they're competing. Love the spirit. Love the way they're representing the brand right there. I appreciate that.
And of course, the way that these programs have grown and developed, I think there's a good lead to follow for men and women's soccer coming up later this year.
Hey, that's exactly right. I know they're going to have some. They're going to jump into an athletic department that's excited to have them. All of our coaches are excited to have another coach on board. We've actually just hired a coach, Mr. Kevin Tello. Coach Tello is going to be our he comes to us from currently living in the Northwest Arkansas area, serving as the Director of Soccer Operations for University of Arkansas Razorbacks women's program. And so he's leaving the Razorbacks soccer program, going to come lead the Nighthawks men's and women's soccer program. Really excited about him coming in. He's going to be starting here later this month, already recruiting, and getting some people and getting them down here to sign to be Nighthawks. So, man, it's a great opportunity. The college is growing. A lot of things happening on campus. A lot of things happening in all the different academic programs and the student life programs. We've been restricted by so many things this year, Mark. It's been a different year, but the plans that we have and where we're at, and it's just a great place to call home if you're a senior in high school and you're looking for a place that you want to go have that college experience. I don't think you can choose better than National Park College right here in beautiful Hot Springs.
That'll do it for the Nighthawks here in the 4th inning as Bailey Williams goes down swinging, but not before the Nighthawks plate 3 to extend the lead back to 6. Coach Jason Hudnall, Athletic Director for National Park College, appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll go to the 5th inning. National Park leads by 6. It's National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Two, 3, and 4 hitters do it for Carl Albert State College in the 5th inning. I'm Mark Oliver. National Park adds 3 in the bottom of the 4th to extend the lead 10-4. So a big 5th inning here for Sarah Todd and the Nighthawks. It'll be Unique Robinson, Redding Wagner, and Kenley Duvall expected up for the ladies in black. Robinson is 0 for 2 in today's game. Flew out to right field back in the 2nd inning. Here she is in the 5th, looking to try to battle back. Ashley Johnson hit a 2-run home run back in the last inning to bring it within 3, but the Nighthawks added 3 more. Facing off against Sarah Todd. First pitch from Todd, popped up. Play made by the Nighthawks. There's Madeline Thompson. 1 pitch, 1 away. That'll bring up Redding Wagner. Wagner reached base in the third on a hit by pitch. Todd winds and fires. Strike one. Count is 0-1 on Wagner. Next one misses, 1-1. That one taken high for ball two. Todd, the 2-1. Grounder down the third baseline and foul. Count even on Redding Wagner, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Back to Sarah Todd. She'll throw over to Roland, and there go Redding Wagner for the second out of the inning. First two Lady Vikings retired in the fifth. Here's Kenley Duvall. Reached on an error in the first, popped up to second in the third. That one, driven, and that one's going to be fair all the way down in the left field corner. Picked up and headed to second will be Duvall standing up with a double and 2 outs. Lady Vikings trying to stay alive in this one. Trailing by 6 in the 5th inning. Here's Macy Anderson. Anderson, a couple of pop-ups today. Out to left, up to second. With a runner in scoring position looking to do some damage here. First pitch, popped up. That one's going to get down. Fielded on the bounce in right field, and 1 run's going to come in and score for the Lady Vikings. So an RBI single for Macy Anderson. It's her first of the day. It's a 10-5 ball game. Here comes Alicia Stillwell. 1 for 2 today with a home run. Runner on first is Anderson. First pitch to Stillwell is driven back to center field and reeled in for the play. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. It's National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Bottom of the 5th inning coming up for the National Park Nighthawks. Leading 10-5 here in Game 2 of a conference doubleheader. The Nighthawks are in the driver's seat looking for their first conference win of the year. I'm Mark Oliver. I'd like to thank you for staying with us on the broadcast this afternoon on XZero Sports, your home of Nighthawks softball this year. Jordan Carroll stays in the circle for the Lady Vikings. And due up for the Nighthawks in the 5th inning will be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, Kaylee Party, Madeline Thompson, and Kaya Schmidt. Party is 1 for 2 today, has a solo home run, popped out to center field back in the 3rd. And she'll lead things off here in the 5th for National Park. Party steps in against Jordan Carroll. First pitch, fouled. Party takes a couple of check swings, steps back in, awaiting the 0-1 from Carroll. Here's the pitch, grounded. Out to third, scooped up. The throw over to first is in time. There's one away. Back to the top of the lineup for NPC, Madeline Thompson. Couple of hits, couple of runs scored for number 14 today. Also a stolen base. First pitch, Thompson's going to drive that one all the way back to the wall. Thompson headed for second. Stand-up double for the second baseman. Two doubles today for Thompson as she stands in scoring position for Kaya Schmidt. Schmidt reached on an error back in the 4th, scored a run, also singled and scored in the 2nd. First pitch, strike one. Carroll gets her sign. Here's the 0-1. There's a bunt, and it's going to be foul. Count is 0-2. Coach Jason Hudnall said it best. Schmidt has boosters. She's got wings out there. She's one of the fastest Nighthawks around. And will give any defender fits trying to throw her out. Count is 0-2 on Schmidt. Runner on second is Thompson. Here's the pitch. Trying to get her chasing, won't go. It's 1-2. The 1-2, grounded right back to the pitcher. Carroll scoops and throws over to first, but she'll move Thompson over to third. Two away in the 5th inning. Emily Cecil's coming to bat. Couple of singles, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. It's been a good game. That one driven back to Carroll, who makes back-to-back big plays, and that'll retire the Nighthawks in the 5th inning. We're headed to the 6th, the 5-run lead for the home team, National Park 10 at Carl Albert State 5. It's National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
5-run lead for the Nighthawks as we head to the 6th inning here at Hot Springs World Class High School. Glad to have you with us today. I'm Mark Oliver. National Park looking for its first conference victory of the season and looking to deliver the first conference loss to the Lady Vikings today. Sarah Todd back on the mound for NPC. She has been great today. The Lady Vikings were able to plate one back in the 5th inning. They've slowly been chipping away here. They've scored in every inning except the 3rd. Due up for the Lady Vikings in the 6th inning, it's Sydney Womack, Lizzie LeMay, and Ashley Johnson for Carl Albert State. Womack steps in. She's singled, reached on an error, and scored in today's game. Bailey Williams adjusting her shin guards here. And we're ready for softball. First pitch from Sarah Todd. Looked for ball 1. Todd gets her sign from Williams. That one, trying to paint the corner, can't get it. It's 2-0. The count on Sydney Womack. The pitch popped up foul, out of play. The 2-1 from Todd. Grounder fielded at second. Thompson turns and throws and retires the leadoff batter in Womack. Great play by Jesse Rowland. 1 away in the 6th. That'll bring up Lizzie LeMay. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Grounded out to second in the 4th. First pitch, LeMay. Grounder to short. Scooped up. Throw over to first. In time. And the first 2 Lady Vikings go down in the 6th inning. Here comes Ashley Johnson. The shortstop knocked a 2-run home run back in the 4th inning. She's 1 for 2 today. And would love to chip away at a 5-run deficit. First pitch from Todd. Ball 1. The 1-0. Inside, ball 2. The count, 2 away in the 6th. Johnson sees strike 1. Two and 1 the count. That one chopped, and it is reeled in for the 3rd out of the inning. A great play made by the Nighthawks. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. National Park leading by 5. It's National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Hot Springs World Class High School, where the National Park Nighthawks softball team holds on to a 5-run lead. They'll be coming to bat here to see if they can add to it here. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters today. Should be Madeline Bruce, Jesse Rowland, and I believe Desiree Soto for Nighthawk Nation. Glad to have you with us today. Been a long day of Nighthawk athletics, but a good one here as the Nighthawk softball team looks to turn the tide after dropping game 1 11-2. Jordan Carroll remains in the circle for Carl Albert State College. Madeline Bruce is going to step in. Reaching on an error in the second. An RBI and a run scored in this one. Bruce ready to go against Carroll. First pitch, driven out. Shallow center field, and running in to make the play will be the Lady Vikings' Unique Robinson. So 1 pitch, 1 out in the 6th inning. Here comes Jesse Rowland. Rowland had a solo home run today, also an RBI on a sacrifice fly. First pitch she sees is strike 1. The 0-1 from Carroll. Strike 2. Next pitch on its way, trying to get her chasing. Doesn't go. It's 1-2. On deck for the Nighthawks is Brooke Nally. The 1-2, grounder, fielded, over at shortstop, turns and throws to first to make the play. So down go the first Nighthawk batters in the 6th, 1 and 2. Brooke Nally looking to keep the inning alive here. Nally looking for her first hit in today's game. First pitch. Popped up, headed out to center field, and right underneath is Unique Robinson. Down go the Nighthawks, 1-2-3 in the 6th. And trailing by 5, the Lady Vikings have a big 7th inning coming up. We'll be right back. National Park Nighthawks softball is on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Do or die time for the Carl Albert State Lady Vikings as we approach the top of the 7th inning here in Hot Springs. Sarah Todd looking to go the distance in today's nightcap of the doubleheader. And National Park College looking to finalize its attempt at revenge after Game 1. Do it for the Lady Vikings here in the 7th frame will be the top of the order. 1, 2, 3, Jada Harris, Unique Robinson, and Redding Wagner. If you've went the distance with us today in our doubleheader, we're glad that you're with us here today. Certainly a bright future for this Nighthawks softball program. We can't wait to get back in the booth and see him again. Back the other way, Game 2 of the Nighthawk baseball game doubleheader is in action, where Southeastern Community College holds a 1-0 lead in the 3rd inning. The Blackhawks ended the Nighthawk winning streak back in Game 1 today. Nighthawks looking for a little revenge themselves in Game 2. But here in the 7th inning, the Nighthawks looking to close it out here on the softball circle. Sarah Todd versus Jada Harris. Here we go. First pitch. It's going to be low for ball 1. Harris at the ready. Next pitch. Off the mark, it's 2-0. Jada Harris has a couple hits in this one, has a run scored. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Third pitch of the at-bat is ball 3. And with a 3-0 count here, Harris is going to challenge Todd. Strike 1. I see Kylie Turner watching on the broadcast today. She's cheering on the Lady Vikings, as that one is going to be drilled foul. Full count on Jada Harris here in the 7th. No outs. And we'll reset. The 3-2. Fielded at third. And thrown out at first. A great little scoop there by Nally. There's one away. Nally finds Roland for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Unique Robinson. 0 for 3 today. She's made a ton of defensive plays for the Lady Vikings, though. Looking for her first hit. First pitch from Sarah Todd. That one driven back left center field. That one is off of the fence. It's going to stay in the yard, and Robinson will stand up at second. It was about this close to going out of here. Off the top of the fence, but it bounced back in. A double for Unique Robinson. So Redding Wagner steps in with a runner in scoring position, one away in the 7th. First pitch. 1-0 the count. Wagner reached in the 3rd on a hit by pitch. Looking to drive in Robinson here. That one's off the mark. It's 2-0. The 2-0 swung through for a strike. Count is 2-1 with one away. Robinson on second. Todd gets her sign. Here's the 2-1. Grounder. Thrown over for the second out of the inning. The Nighthawks 1 out away. Kenley Duvall will step in for the Lady Vikings. She doubled and scored back in the 5th. With 2 outs and 1 on. That one driven down the line, foul. It was close. A couple of near misses here. Ball off the fence is the difference between a home run and a double. That one inches away from sailing into the left field corner. 0-1 to count, 2 away. Swung through for strike 2. And the Nighthawks can taste it here. Sarah Todd looking to close the door. The 0-2 swung through, and it looks like a foul. Duvall is out. That's the ball game. National Park College battles back after an 11-2 defeat in Game 1. They're going to take Game 2 by a final score of 10-5. Their first conference victory of the season, and we have a feeling it will not be their last. A good win for the Nighthawks softball team today. We're back after this to wrap things up here in Hot Springs. National Park Nighthawks softball on XZeroSports.com.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Success comes with many challenges. At National Park College, we created programs that provide the tools to meet those challenges. Experience a university atmosphere at half the cost. Visit np.edu today and find your path.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge. XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Final score in Hot Springs today. The National Park Nighthawks will split with the Lady Vikings of Carl Albert State College, winning Game 2 by a final score of 10-5. Going the distance today for the Nighthawks, Sarah Todd getting the complete game win, allowing just 5 runs in the win for the Nighthawks. And for the Nighthawks today, Madeline Thompson finishes 3 for 4 with a couple of runs and a stolen base. Kaya Schmidt had a couple of runs scored today. Emily Cecil was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. Madeline Bruce adds an RBI and a run scored. Jessie Rowland 1 for 4 today with a solo home run. Bailey Williams had a solo home run of her own, going 2 for 3 today. And Kaylee Party joins the home run club, finishing 1 for 3 today. It was all about the second inning for Nighthawk Nation today, scoring 6 runs in the second frame, coming back from being down 2-1, and then taking that 7-2 lead that they did not relinquish. Jessie Rowan had a solo home run, then a couple of outs, and then Bailey Williams and Kaylee Party going back-to-back with 2 outs. The Nighthawks add 3 more runs on top of that, en route to today's 10-5 win. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero Sports. A big win for the Nighthawks today. They'll move to 7-5. And next up for Nighthawks softball, we'll take a look at the schedule. They're going to be on the road Monday at Eastern Oklahoma State, a doubleheader at 1 and 3, and then back in action right here in Hot Springs on Wednesday at 2 and 4 p.m. National Park Nighthawks softball is presented by XZero Sports. XZero Sports is your home for National Park Nighthawk athletics this season. XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/XZero Sports, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Ring that bell to be notified the next time we go live. And don't forget to follow our journey online at xzerosports.com. Tonight's game brought to you by Allen Tillery, Chevy Buick GMC, Tillery's Towing, First Security Bank, and CHI St. Vincent. Special hello to my lovely wife, the beautiful Mrs. Hannah Oliver, and my 3 wonderful children, Michael, Ben, and River. They're celebrating a big win in Game 2 of today's doubleheader, and we're really excited to see the Nighthawks back in action next week. It was the Lady Vikings in Game 1, 11-2. It was the Nighthawks in Game 2, 10-5. We'll be back in action next week as the Nighthawks return back home and look to keep those conference wins coming in. I'm Mark Oliver with XZero